the pro-life group Live Action. It sets up stings across the country involving abortion-related matters. Now, last month, Live Action entered a Planned Parenthood clinic in Austin, Texas, and spoke to a counselor there about possibly aborting a fetus if it turned out to be a girl. In the recent video,
she basically had pregnant actors go undercover, go to Planned Parenthood clinics to prove that Planned Parenthood promotes and encourages sex-selective abortion, because that's what Planned Parenthood is about, sex-selective abortion. So they had a pregnant woman go in and say that she wants to terminate the pregnancy if it turns out that she has a girl, but she was too early in her pregnancy to figure that out. So she goes and asks the clinic for advice, and here's what the video shows.
I see that you say that you want to terminate if it's a girl, so are you just wanting to continue the pregnancy in the meantime, or what?
Yeah, I think that would be the plan.
I've had 2 abortions and I have 4 kids.
Okay, so all right.
So I mean, again, from experience,
okay.
There's nothing wrong with being pregnant immediately.
Okay. All right. So then I'd want to schedule, try to schedule an ultrasound with an OB around then, and then I would still be able to come back here for a termination if it was a girl.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
And I hope that you get your boy. Abortion covers you up until 23 weeks.
Okay.
So it's a little over 5 months. Little.
Okay.
And usually at 5 months is usually when they detect, whether or not it's a boy or a girl.
I see.
So you would be like right Sometimes they can tell at 4. I mean, I've seen that happen, but it just depends.
Depends. Do you think I should go and just ask for an ultrasound and just not tell them that I'm going to terminate if it's a girl? Or I just feel like there's been some judgment for my...
I mean, to be honest with you, I would probably think so, just because, I mean, we've had even clinicians, regular doctors that actually have even told women, you can't go and terminate after your 16 weeks, which is not true, but, a lot of doctors, they'll place judgment because of the fact that the brain is already developed, pretty much everything's already developed.
Yeah.
All right, so my question is, are we now China in this country?
That was so terrible, I think you gave me cancer.
If Planned Parenthood is advising women to abort because of gender choice, then we are China. And you should remember that the next time a politician or famous person endorses Planned Parenthood.
Okay, what the
I know.
Joining us now from Washington, the founder of Live Action, Lila Rose. That was you on the tape, right? Was that you?
No, Bill, that was one of our investigative team.
All right, sounded like you.
Yeah.
Let's walk through this thing. Now, one of the things on the tape, you edited the tape, first of all. Is there anything that we didn't see that you edited out that would mitigate this apparent atrocity? Is there anything that was edited out that would mitigate that?
No, only that would add to the atrocity, because if you watch the full tape, they go on for minutes. I mean, the whole counseling session is 15 minutes, and they go on about the different ways to determine gender, the different ways to select for abortion, the different ways to kill the little girl.
So she's giving the woman, she's telling the woman what the facts are. You at 23 weeks, you'll be able to determine, you can't have an abortion after 23 weeks. Just after 5 months, you'll be able to determine the sex of the child. She's just giving her the facts, but she's not promoting anything. She's not saying like, oh, well, you should definitely, if it's a girl, you should definitely terminate.
We do have the tape, and our investigators did look at it, so we're not going to make the same mistake we made a couple of years ago with this, the Breitbart thing. We got to look at all the tape. All right, so it was clear that this woman in Austin, Texas, was advising this young girl on, and there was a part in the tape that you edited when the young girl said to her, at how many weeks can I abort the fetus, because the gender is known after about 22 weeks, correct?
Right. Most gender detection technologies are 20 weeks. That's the most used. So she's asking the Planned Parenthood worker, what do we do to detect the gender? And the Planned Parenthood worker is saying, you're in the late first trimester, so wait to confirm that it's a little girl. Go lie to the OBGYN, use Medicaid, Texas, use the Medicaid program to get an ultrasound, and then come back here and schedule a late term abortion.
Sure.
So then I'd want to schedule, try to schedule an ultrasound with an OB around then, and then I would still be able to come back here for a termination if it was a girl.
I was trying to figure out the part where they got her. Right? Because at the end, she was saying, like, at 16 weeks, it's pretty developed.
Yeah,
it seemed like she was trying to talk her out of it, right?
Exactly. If anything, what I got from that is at 16 weeks, they will pass judgment on you because the brain is developed. Pretty much everything is developed, right? And she's giving the woman the facts.
A lot of doctors, they'll place judgment because of the fact that the brain is already developed. Pretty much everything's already developed.
Yeah.
I mean, horrific disregard for human life here.
I can't argue with that. But here's what really disturbs me. 2010, Planned Parenthood received about $500 million of taxpayer money. That's my money, that's your money. Went in government grants to Planned Parenthood, representing 47% of the entire funding of Planned Parenthood. So I'm paying for a counselor in Austin, Texas to tell a young woman, you know what, you don't like the gender, I'll set you up. We'll get rid of the fetus, we'll get rid of it. You don't have the problem. We'll make it happen. That's wrong. That's morally wrong. I don't want my money going for that. I don't want to be any part of that. The woman, I think, here, something should happen.
What the woman did there was not illegal. She didn't encourage sex-selective abortion at all. But it doesn't matter. Planned Parenthood fired her immediately.
Oh, for Christ's sake. And by the way, there is a way you can determine it earlier than that. She didn't even tell her about that. It's a little bit more dangerous to the fetus, but apparently in that case, the woman doesn't care at all, right? But she withheld that information. Doesn't matter. Get fired anyway.
We don't have laws, Bill, because groups like Planned Parenthood, which claim to be pro-women, which is absurd, groups like Planned Parenthood are going out there fighting tooth and nail against every abortion restriction or regulation.
Absolutely.
They want abortion anywhere, anytime, for any reason.
So is President Obama. He doesn't want any restriction on any abortion at all. But the next time, and this is very important, Ms. Rose, the next time that anybody hears a politician or a movie star or anybody like that say how great Planned Parenthood is, think back on this thing in Austin, Texas, where now, if you don't like the gender of the baby that you're carrying, bang, you can kill it.
Tell my dad.
Yeah, Planned Parenthood is put in a tight spot because what are they going to do? If they do nothing at all, they know that conservatives will continue to use this video against them, but they're going to use the video against them anyway, and they're still going to fight to get funding taken away from Planned Parenthood. But it's just incredible how effective they are at their propaganda. How they intimidate and they bully, and this woman did nothing wrong. By the way, it was a 7-minute long video, and in the video, that woman, that employee, goes into detail about procedures that she's had done, right, to basically give the woman advice on how things happen. And now that information is out there. That's extremely personal information, right, that you're sharing with a woman with the thought that you are helping her go through a situation in her life. It's just disgusting.
I've had 2 abortions and I have 4 kids.
Okay, so, all right.
So I mean, again, from experience,
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with being pregnant immediately.
Okay. All right.